Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. Jason here. Sorry it's been a little while since I posted a video. I'll try and make this pretty quick. Thank you to all of our patrons, all of our supporters. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to check the links down below for links to today's book and anything else that we might find applicable. I need to have some traffic through that Amazon thing that you guys suggest in order for it to keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into today's video. So today's video, I want to talk about a series that I freaking love. I'm trying hard to watch the censors. A lot of times when I pause for a second, I'm trying to think of the right words because I'm trying to take out any language that YouTube might have a problem with. One of my favorite series. I've talked about this many times, and I know it's a favorite for a lot of you guys out there. I'm talking about Beware of Chicken. I want to talk about Beware of Chicken, book number 4 by Casualfarmer. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, the entire Beware of Chicken series is just awesome. It's just absolutely awesome and hilarious and just incredible. And we see so much going on. I mean, through the first 3 books, you know, we didn't even make it through book 2 before I'm looking at my wife going, we've got the Chinese Zodiac here. And every book before we start reading it, we always discuss among ourselves, okay, so there's a chicken, there's this, there's that, there's that. What are we missing? We always figure out what's missing and try and predict what might pop up in the next book, if anything. If anything. I do still think, I mean, Year of the Dog hasn't shown up yet, but I am positive it is coming, and I am positive it is coming very soon. So book 4 is interesting that in a lot of ways it kind of returns to the roots of book 1, which is slice of life. Slice of life. I mean, it's the whole thing has kind of been geared towards the slice of life sort of thing, except that we have had these overarching plot lines, these tournaments, or these bad guys, or these hidden things and these mysteries that need to be solved. And they still exist in book 4. I mean, everything is still building upon itself, but in a lot of ways we've returned back to sort of slice of life. Jin has managed to get back to his farm where he can just kind of settle in and be his goofy, silly, dorky sort of self. He does in this one. He does finally come clean to his wife about his origins and how he is sort of isekai'd and is not actually the person that whose body he is inhabiting, which explains a lot of his weirdness. Now, this being a cultivation world, there are of course legends of that kind of reincarnation. So she actually believes him, and you know, then let's kind of go from there. Along with that, within this book, we start getting some politics. I mean, Jin is, because he has been basically outed for how powerful he is. He still doesn't fully understand that power, but he has been outed for how powerful he is. That has brought him up into the political landscape, especially because he is in an area that he is by far the most powerful person there, by far. So even though he wants nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with management, it does fall on him, and he does have enough of a sense of responsibility in order to do that. He does seek help. He does seek help from a certain governor, and that by itself leads to some absolutely hilarious little mental gymnastics on this particular person. What I do like about it as well, it is somewhat of a kind of a running joke. It also gets itself solved by the end of book 4 as well. I hate when you put those kind of running jokes into a book and then they just run for the next 10 books. And in this case, it does not. So Jin is a little bit in charge of, finds himself actually in charge of things. So he does look at for help there, and knows that he needs to get stronger. Knows that he now needs to get stronger because more responsibilities are going to be coming up upon him. And not only more responsibilities, but possibly, potentially enemies. And as strong as he is, he knows there's always somebody stronger out there. But for the most part, this book kind of deals with, again, slice of life. He's back at his farm. For one, that's amusing. Another one, they take a brief vacation. Do you remember the little channel surfing kid from Big D's Travels? They go to that town and they do some surfing. They do a little bit of surfing. They do a little cookout along the beach. They take a vacation. They just have fun, and it's the entire family, because you really do have to understand it's not just Jin and his wife and the two, you know, the fox kid and, you know, and his disciple, whose name I cannot remember now, but his beautiful little disciple. But you've also got all the animals. They are all part of the family. And this book also talks a little bit about building things out from there. We've got the little tinker kid. Well, he gives him a forge. Gives him a forge and a power hammer, and tells him, hey, build whatever. Build whatever. I'll pay for it. I'll buy whatever off of you. You know, you're self-sufficient. Then, of course, we've got our glass-making snake and his explosive buddy friend. He gives him glassworks. He builds a glassworks on the farm and says, here, make glass. Knock yourself out. In fact, while you're at it, help me out here. I want to try and build a greenhouse. And sets him loose. Do your thing. I'll pay you for it. You're going to make money. We get a couple little brief things of, do you guys remember the beehive? We get a couple little brief, I don't want to call them chapters, brief little snippets on that are hilarious. Abso-freaking-halutely hilarious. So he's building out his farm, making it stronger as well. We're trying to, make sure it is continuing to grow. He's not too worried about the strength of the farm itself. Not so much with how powerful he is, although Jin has accepted and understood that he has an enormous amount of power. Along with that, though, he has also accepted that he needs to, despite his avoidance of it and hatred of it, he does actually need to learn how to fight. So that ends up being a bit of a subject in this book as well, and his struggles with it. His struggles with relearning martial arts and how to use weapons and things along those lines. But for the most part, the farm, he knows the farm itself is pretty damn secure, because it's not just his own level of power, but even if he's not at the farm, getting past Big D and all the other extraordinarily powerful spirit animals that reside on his farm, yeah, it's just good luck. Good luck. I mean, the farm is almost as powerful as a very strong sect. And then, again, because he has been outed, he has gone ahead and reaffirmed his mild ties to probably the strongest sect out there. So that, of course, also adds another layer of protection. Again, with the slice of life, we get some absolute hilarity with Winter and a massive snowman that gets built, and how that ends up actually mattering at some point, very briefly. Pretty fun right there. What we really get a lot of, though, we get a lot of exposition, and it's not the boring exposition, but we get a lot of flashbacks. You remember that crystal? They finally have a chance to start looking at it. They finally have a chance to start looking at it and perceiving these memories of these visions of the past and what brought about this cataclysm that damaged the land so much. And they really start looking at the land's avatar and helping her and trying to heal her and not take advantage of her, but also learning about why things happened the way they did, where the cataclysm came from, and the fact that Jin's particular method of cultivation that somehow made him as incredibly powerful as he is not unique. It's been done in the past, and in fact, it might have even led to the cataclysm, in a way. So, yeah, very, very interesting. I have to tell you, I am looking forward to Book 5 at in an enormous level, and not from any plot points that were left, although there's definitely a few, but just one thing. There's just one thing I know it's going to be utterly hilarious, beyond hilarious, and that is Jin's grandfather wants to come for a visit. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.